Good evening, sir.
Good afternoon. That's okay. Let me pull up your case here. It'll be just a moment. There we go. Sir, I have an indication from the city prosecutor that upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle headlamps, a 1-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes, sir.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Then as to defective vehicle headlamps, a 1-point violation, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
We'll accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Said it was a red light violation. Was there an accident or anything? Laid down the bike?
No, the truck.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I saw the light from yellow and I saw it changing real quick and I hit on brakes. I kind of see. I didn't even damage the bike from the truck.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, the good news is you have a great driving history. And so I will impose a first offense fine for defective vehicle headlamps of $30. There's 30% surcharge of $9, $20 in court cost, $9 fuel surcharge for a total of $68. Sir, we're going to, you can go out to the court clerks out in the hallway and speak to them there. And drive carefully.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I need to delete that one. So I am, so I'm going to add. Didn't delete. Didn't show what to delete. Okay. Julian Nevi, your name, please. Navi, sorry about that. Just a moment. Let me pull up your case. Sir, in your case, looks like you have a couple of other cases pending. It's my understanding in this case, you'd be entering a plea of guilty to careless driving, a 4-point violation, but you did have insurance. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The city attorney indicates he wants you to take a level 1 driving class. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, let's see, on case 6223, you had the insurance, so that'll be dismissed. Okay, so just a moment. Let me pull up this case. Okay. Okay. Sir, you're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we have spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Then as to careless driving, a 4-point violation, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
We'll accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Was there an accident here?
Yes.
Anybody injured? Okay,
Your Honor,
yes,
tenant, I think, hit a parked car, which hit another car, and then left the scene. But
okay,
the rest of the story is unclear,
very good.
as always.
Thank you. So when you have an accident, you need to report it. Not maybe, not kind of, not sometime, but right away. Do you understand that? Okay. Sir, in this case, your fine is $250. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 court costs, $9 fuel service fee for a total of $354. Please go to the clerk's window out front. They'll give you information on how to take this class and how to get this taken care of so that you don't have this problem anymore. Okay? Thank you. So I need to work on that other case. So it'll be a minute. This is the second case number I need to do. Montserrat Flores Gaitan. Montserrat Flores Gaitan.
Here, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let me pull up your case. There we go. Ma'am, in your case, I have a proposed disposition from the city prosecutor that upon a plea of guilty to a 2-point defective vehicle charge, the balance of your case would be dismissed, which is a failure to yield. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The city prosecutor says that he'd like to have you do an Alive at 25 class as well. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea?
Yes, sir.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Then as to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
I'll accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Hey, what happened here?
So I was heading to work Wednesday morning. That happened. It was my stop. I did check right side and left side, and I did a small glimpse to my right. I went. At that moment, it was out of nowhere. A truck just came and it like struck me and flipped me over.
Oh,
I am upset about something was that when this person called 911, the one on the phone did tell us to just exchange insurances. At the moment, I felt like that wasn't the right response because literally my car was flipped over. We couldn't just exchange insurances because at the moment we didn't know if like something would have happened or like the vehicle would have like, it was not like, I didn't like that response from the 911.
okay. Well, that might have been an instance when it would have been good if you called as well, so you could give them a few more facts. It sounds like you were in a position where you couldn't do that. I understand.
Correct.
There was an accident. You're fortunate to be with us. Anything could have happened.
Yeah.
Your fine is $100. Here's a 30% surcharge, $20 court costs, $9 fuel surcharge for a total of $159. You are to do an Alive at 25 class and an essay, and then hopefully you can drive more carefully so you don't find yourself in this position again. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Johnny Salvatore. Your name, please.
Johnny Salvador.
Thank you. Just a moment. Let me pull up your case. Ms. Flores, you can hang up. Sir, in your case, The city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, he would dismiss your careless driving charge. He does want you to do a level 1 traffic school. Is that your understanding?
Um, I didn't know that I gotta take a one school.
Okay, you don't want to do that? Or is that what you're telling me?
No, I mean, I just didn't. But yeah, I'm willing.
Okay. You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea? You don't have an attorney. Is that okay? Do you understand what we're doing today? Not sure? So that I understand that you understand what we're doing, tell me what we're doing today. Okay. And the proposed disposition is that you would plead guilty to a defective vehicle charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
2 points to be assessed against your driving privilege. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You'd have to take a level 1 traffic class. Do you understand that?
Okay, now I understand.
Okay. You don't have an attorney. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you watch the video before court about your rights?
Correct, sir.
Any questions about your rights?
No, sir.
Okay. Has anybody promised you anything else other than what we've spoken about? Okay. Then as to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
We'll accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. You want to tell me what happened here? Was there an accident?
Yes, sir. So, coming from work, it was raining, and so, just after the split, so going uphill, on a bridge, and then going downhill after the bridge. But before going downhill, I use this route daily, you know. Per hour coming anytime soon. But as soon as I step on the gas, just to slightly, you know, or gradually accelerate. Or it's a real well drive, after again control.
Okay. But was anyone injured?
No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir.
That's the good news here. I am imposing, since there was an accident, a $100 fine. There are 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 as fuel service fee, for a total of $159. You do need to do a level 1 class. Please see the court clerk out in the hallway. They'll help you find how to do that class and get that information back to us, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Swa Nguyen to the clerks, yes. Swa Nguyen,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Just a moment, let me pull up your case. Okay. Ma'am, the city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle headlamps, a 1-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Please guilty.
Okay. Has anyone promised you anything other than what we've just spoken about in order to have you enter this plea?
Hmm.
Do you need an interpreter?
No. My daughter
Okay.
next to me.
Okay, well, your daughter's not an interpreter. We can't use her. So we're going to give you a new court date with a Vietnamese interpreter.
No, I don't need
Yeah.
one. I understand, sir. I understand.
Okay,
sir.
well, I'm going to ask you again then,
Yes.
so that I understand that you understand what we're doing here today. Tell me what we're doing today.
We go to the court today for my ticket for the
Okay.
accident.
The city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle headlamps, 1-point violation, that he would dismiss your careless driving ticket. Is that your understanding?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Yes,
you
sir.
don't have an attorney. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Then as to defective vehicle headlamps, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
I'm guilty. Please
Okay, the
guilty.
city attorney says you have excellent driving record. So I'm imposing a first offense fine of $30. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel surcharge for a total of $68. Ma'am, we will send you an email
Yes,
on
sir.
how to do that, how to take care of this fine, okay?
So, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Albert Ruiz Zatina. Your name, please? Okay, just a moment. Let me pull up your case. Sir, in your case, the city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to improper lane usage, 3-point violation, that he would dismiss your original speeding charge. Is that your understanding? You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we've spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea? Okay. Then as to improper lane use, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? I will accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. You're going pretty fast here. Anything you want to tell me about this?
Not just usually don't travel on that road as that's what I thought.
Okay, well, you know, this is an instance where you've had a prior ticket in the past 2 years, and so we're going to impose a second offense fine of $60. There's 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel service fee for a total of $107. Slow down. Yeah, we're having a lot of problems with speeding and people are getting hurt, so it's time to make some changes, okay? Okay, please go out to the court clerk's window here outside and arrange payment. Thank you. Agis Yari. Aris Yari. We need to reset this for Somalian interpreter. Let's get a new date. At the 20th, July 20. July 21st at 8:30. We'll have a Somali interpreter available at that time. Matthews Bennett, or Bennett Matthews. Please come forward. I got lost here. Is it Bennett Matthews or Matthew Bennett? Thank you.
What was his court date?
Oh, the Mr. Yari?
Yeah.
July 21st at 8:30.
Christopher will give it to him at the window.
Thank you, sir. We're gonna set this over so you can get your proof of insurance. So let's get a date in about 6 weeks. July 28th, morning or afternoon, sir? Past July? We're, oh, closer?
Yeah. I'm gonna be,
Okay, let's try and get a closer date.
First, July 21st,
What about before that?
or July 21st,
Yeah.
we could do the 20th or the 14th.
Okay, July 14, how's that? Okay, I don't hear that very much, so I'll take it. Morning or afternoon, sir? 8:30. Very good. We'll see you back at that time. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Maria Sambaria Morales. Please come forward. Your name, please. Thank you. Let me pull up your case. There we go. Ma'am, upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle headlamps, a 1-point violation, the city attorney says he'll dismiss the original charge of unsafe lane use. Is that your understanding? Did you, you are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today? Has anyone promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea? Okay. Then as to defective vehicle headlamp, a 1-point violation, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? Okay. We'll accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Unsafe lane change, what happened?
So the accident happened on 72nd. Once the conditions, weather conditions were cleared, so you for it or anything, but enough speed to lane, to change my lane. So when I was changing the vehicle, the vehicle that was in that lane sped and hit my back. So basically, since I was not changing, I was issued a ticket.
Right. Can't be changing lanes unless it's safe to do so. But good news is nobody injured. Okay. And that's the good news here. When we drive cars, anything can happen, right? So I am imposing, since there was an accident, a fine of $100. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 court costs, $9 fuel service fee for a total of $159. Please see the court clerks in the hallway. Drive carefully. Thank you. McKenna Hoyt. McKenna.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ma'am, let me pull up your case. In your case, the proposed disposition is on a plea of guilty to a 2-point defective vehicle. The balance of your case would be dismissed.
Okay.
And is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
You are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes, sir.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we've just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Then as to 2-point defective vehicle, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
So I will accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Hey, you were traveling pretty fast. What's going on here?
I was late to work. I mean, there's really no excuse for it. I was just driving fast because I was late to work.
And then you were really late to work, right?
I was, yes.
Okay, well, slow it down. A lot of people are getting hurt because of the speeds. It's a first offense fine, $40. There's 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel service charge for a total of $81. We'll send you an email on how to take care of that. Please slow down.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you can hang up. Kathy Menzor. Kathy Menzor. Okay, just a moment. There we go. If you'll let me pull up your case here. Okay. Ma'am, in your case, the city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes,
Okay. You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
yes,
And has anybody promised you anything other than what we've just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
no,
Okay. Made a turn where prohibited. Was there an accident?
yeah, there's an accident, but it was a right turn. You could turn right on red.
Okay. But you can only do that if you can do it safely.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Was anyone injured?
Yeah.
Okay. So, pardon, the car?
car.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Well, that's why we have cars. Okay, I'm going to impose, since there was an accident, a fine of $100. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel service charge for a total of $159. Please drive carefully and go out to the court clerk's window and they'll work with you about a payment plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oscar Valenzuela Chavez.
Yes,
Okay, just a moment. Mr. Chavez, let me pull up your case. There we go. Sir, in your case, it says the city attorney is going to dismiss your case. Is that correct?
yes.
Yeah, there were no notes. And so based on the city attorney's representation, the matter will be dismissed. So you'll get an email confirming that, okay?
Okay,
Thank you for your patience with us.
thank you.
You can hang up. So you gave me this one back. Thank you. Let's look at the other case. Two, three, 4, 6, 2, 2, 3. Search. Okay, got it. Cracks me up. See what it says here. Okay, got it. Now that one's done, both.
Okay. Thank you.
And what it was is the 223,
Yeah.
the same case. So I dismissed 223. We did 224.
Got it.
Okay. Mr. Edwards, have you spoken with the city prosecutor?
Yes, sir. I just got through speaking to him.
Okay, he'll have some paperwork for me and we'll call you up. Thank you.
You got, sir.
He's still your friend. He's not my friend. He's not more fun.
He's your neighbor too.
Is he?
He lives over there.
Spencer, right?
Spenceley is his name. Skip Spenceley.
What's his first name?
James, but Skip.
Okay. Yeah.
Dominic, I'm sorry, Clifford Edwards.
I'm here, sir.
Okay, sir, in your case, let me pull it up here. The city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea?
Yes, sir.
Anybody promise you anything other than what we have just spoken about?
No, sir.
Okay, then as to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, sir, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Anything you want to tell me about this?
Oh, just like I told the district attorney, even the police officer, I says, it's no excuse. Everybody was clicking along pretty good that day going south on Tower, and I was just going right along with them.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up like that, but you know, we're having a lot of people getting hurt with the speeding, so.
Yep. And
I'll
I
note
understand. I usually don't do it.
Yeah.
Something I
Well,
don't do.
I'll just note it's a first offense. Your fine's $40, 30% surcharge, $20 court costs for $9 fuel surcharge for a total of 81. Anybody call you Sarge?
Yeah, I get a few people that do that, sir. It's you know, it's kind of cool still. You know, I've been out for about almost 25 years now, but
Well, thank you for your service to our country, and I mean that sincerely.
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. It was my honor to do so.
Well, great. We'll send you an email how to take care of that. Please drive safely.
Very good, sir. You have a great day.
Thank you. Dominique Rockamore. Am I saying that correctly?
Rockamore.
Okay, thank you. Let me pull up your case, sir. Just a moment. Okay. So the city attorney says you're entering a plea of guilty to no proof of insurance, a 4-point violation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
I have.
Anybody promise you anything other than what we've spoken about here on the record?
No, sir.
Then as to no proof of insurance, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Sir, do you now have insurance?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's the good news, and here's why. The fine for no proof of insurance, first offense is $500. But if you have insurance now, which you now do, we cut that in 1/2. So the fine, and that's by statute, is $250. There's some court costs associated with that. 30% surcharge, $20 court cost, $9 fuel surcharge for a total of $354. So you got a break there, but keep the insurance in place, okay?
Yes, sir.
And please drive carefully. Thank you for your patience with us today.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. You'll get an email how to take care of this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No. Not the paperwork. Oh, wasn't there one though, they said to continue or they talked to you about? Or was that Ashley this morning? I don't know. But we'll just ask Mr. Alea Gallegos, have you spoken with the city attorney?
I have not. This
Okay.
was a dismissal, or I did everything that I was supposed to do, my classes and everything. It was just supposed to be for dismissal today.
Okay, just a minute. Let me look up your case. Okay, here it is. Just a moment. Let me pull it up.
No problem.
Okay, I'm gonna send an email over to you, okay? Thanks. Bye. Adam has not spoken with him and he would like to. He tried to, and I just did it.
Okay, sir, we're going to have you talk with the city attorney again. He's going to pull you into a breakout room. Please accept the breakout.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, just because the defense says I dismissed his
I
case.
know. I
Got it.
He's actually wearing a tie, like him, but 1945.
He is wearing a tie. That's the court today. Nice to see.
Okay, let's call Juan Zazuerta.
I am here, sir.
Okay, thank you. Just a moment. Let me pull up your case.
Yes, sir.
And I have an indication from the city attorney that upon a plea of guilty to the no proof of insurance and careless driving, a total of 4 points on each of those for a total of 8 points, then the speeding charge would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
The city attorney is also asking that you do 16 hours of community service and an Alive at 25 class. Is that also your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea?
Yes, I have.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we've just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Okay, you're appearing by Zoom. Do you consent to appear electronically?
Yes.
Just a moment. Then as to careless driving, a 4-point violation, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
As to no proof of insurance, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Well, I am insured now.
Right, but you weren't at the time, right?
Not at the time, sir, so guilty.
Okay, so just a moment. So there was no accident. You were just going tremendously fast, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so just a minute here. Then as to what was going on here? Why so fast?
Sir, just being transparent with you, this year started off to a rough start. Not to take much of your time, but just the beginning of the year with COVID and stuff, it just put me under a great deal of stress, and I was just late to work, sir. There's nothing more to it. It was at 3 a.m. I was late to work, and my intention was never to put anyone in danger, and I was just going a little faster. I wasn't even aware of my speed until it was too late. And I promise I'm not a speed racer or anything like that. I was just late to work that day, sir, and I haven't sped since.
Well, when we see numbers like this, we start wondering if the FAA has jurisdiction here, because you were flying. But I do recognize that you don't have much of a history at all. And so we are going to have you do the Alive at 25 class. We'll give you information on when and where to take that. 16 hours of community service. You can do that at any nonprofit, like a church or whatever, right? And then don't do this anymore.
Oh, I have learned my lesson, sir.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy fast is what it is. So so here we are. Let me finish typing here. Now on the no proof of insurance, the first offense fine is $500. But if you have insurance as you now have it, the fine is $250.
Okay.
So good for you for getting that insurance. Keep it in place. So your total is 350. And so there's a 30% surcharge. So if you give me a minute, I'll do some math that I wasn't expecting to do. Let's see. So that's $115 surcharge, and then $20 court costs, and a $9 fuel surcharge. So that total is $493. That's a lot, but you know, this speed, anything could have happened. So we're going to send you an email how to do your in-home or your community service, where to take your class, how to make arrangements regarding payment, and then slow down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
You have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
I'm still waiting on this person to come back.
Who's that?
The guy who said his case was
Oh,
dismissed.
yeah. So, I just put him in a breakout room.
Yeah.
With his attorney. And that is the same attorney that we're gonna see the in custody.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, Mr. Ilea Gallegos. Okay, your attorney, I guess, is talking with the city prosecutor, so it'll be just a moment.
Judge, can I be resent to the city prosecutor? I just denied it because I heard you call the case.
Okay. Yes, we'll send you back over. Thank you. Needs to go back to Adam. Mr. Starkville.
Oh. Just kidding. Keep it up. Multitasking, please.
Mm-hmm. This is a lot of cases though.
It is.
By any standard. So it's just something we need to watch. If it becomes a regular thing, then we may have to expand a little bit.
It used to be about a page and a half to 2 pages every day when we were only in person. And it got.
Right.
Yeah.
Just something to watch.
It's starting to grow a little bit.
Because there's a balance between getting things done and appropriate workload and getting things done and people perception of having time to speak and time to be heard. And
that is very true. If I were seeing her Adam's any day. Adam or Matt for everything.
how many different ways can you say it?
So I sent you a link to the hearing too,
Okay.
or you can just. Or we can get the permanent computer and stay on that way. How do you want to do it?
When did you send me the link?
Yes, sure. Yay. I'll kind of a blur, but I believe it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, I know.
So,
Okay, I've got it. Right.
These up here were all.
Yep.
Sketch.
Yep.
And we talked to the jail.
Good.
Oh.
Okay.
Here's the waffles. That's why I hadn't seen her. I didn't know she was.
Mm-hmm. But not held on our warrant.
There's my friend. She is.
She's almost done.
She's a wild. He was her grandson once and yelled at every. She had my grandson's mouth and that poor kid was just. She had to know. And she was hooping and hollering and oh my God.
But I was Jacob, I love
He's a good guy.
doing all he could, but she only has 2 more days, I think, anyway.
Thank you.
You need to keep her as long as we can. She's gonna be back to her after you.
Apparently she's dying. So.
Okay. We're back on the record. Emiliano Gallegos.
Yes, sir.
We're waiting for your attorney, just a moment.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jacob Starkovich, 32184, appearing on behalf of Mr. Ayala Gallegos.
Thank you. It sounds like it's been a long road, but you're all done and the matter's dismissed.
Yes, sir.
So I'll enter that order on today's date. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you,
well
Judge.
done. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple of minutes on the other matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Am I free to leave?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You guys have a good day.
You too. So are we ready at any time?
Yes, I just hit start and it's
Okay.
thinking.